All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is going to be a different stream tonight. It's going to be close to an hour long. All right. Hi, Jenny. How are you? And I saw that you subscribed with Prime, so I thank you very much. I am doing all right. Considering what's been going on, I'm doing all right. How are you tonight? Just have to do some house cleaning here for a minute. Uh, do that. It's an iffy night. Yeah. Yeah, it was that way yesterday. It's been that way for like 2 weeks now for me, and I just don't know. But um, always a chat away. So today, after my 2,145th resume sent out, according to my spreadsheet that I've kept over the last 20 years, and that only two companies have hired me. This last call I got was very interesting because it was for a role that I know I could have nailed. And really, it was just something that I should be more than qualified for, yet they didn't even want to talk to me. I mean, I had the initial interview with the recruiter and went well, but you know, all those interviews with recruiters go well. So Tuesday I was supposed to hear something back, and I did. And that was, can't even remember if it was Tuesday or if it was yesterday. But anyways, they're proceeding forward with somebody else, and basically what that tells me is if they don't want to even talk to me, that tells me they think I'm too old, and that's ageism. I'm 49 years old. I'm not dead yet. Never mind the fact that I'm not done yet. Um, it's really rampant, but it's really hard to even begin to try to say you're going to get these people for that. That's what you've been feeling down about too. You're you're 34 and you're going back to school. Good on you. I did that when I was, let's see, I went back to school in 2001. Or was it 2000? I think it was, no, it was 2002. So that's 31 for me. And it wasn't a really good choice because it was one of those accelerated programs. Um, so that was a bad choice on my part. But hopefully, yeah, very close. Um, don't give up. I haven't given up. I've been right on that line, right on that edge, um, where it's just like I'm ready to give up. I'm ready to throw it in. I'm ready to pull, a disappearing act and just forget all about it. But I have people that keep encouraging me, which I'm very grateful and thankful for. And um, I have a passion for tech, for web, for learning, for teaching. Um, I am, I am. Some days I'm glad I'm still trying. Other days I just want to throw the towel in. Today, actually, I worked for a company that there was a lot of micromanaging going on, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves, I guess, is micromanagement. You don't have to stand over me uh, watching what I do, and especially now that we're not in or we haven't been in, offices. You don't have to, like as in the case with me, you don't have to email me a dozen times asking me if an email has come in and if I had seen that email. Not only email me a dozen times, but text my phone at least 4 or 5 times and leave 2 or 3 voicemail messages and call me 4 or 5 times. That level of anxiety and stress is not necessary. Yeah, it does make you feel, it makes me feel not trusted, and it makes me feel like I'm always doing something wrong. Um, there was also um, this thing where I would send an email out. Now those emails would come into me real fast. I mean, like you wouldn't believe fast. But whenever I would send an email out with a question like, what do we need to do about this certain thing that's happened with the app? I would get total and complete silence until later on, and then the reply would be something that I didn't even ask about or write about. Uh, so it's like I felt like my emails weren't being read and I was being dismissed. And I don't like that feeling either. I don't think anybody does, to tell you the truth. Oh, it was frustrating. It was very frustrating. Um, I can't even begin to tell you how frustrating it was. Um, Wanting to pull my hair out of my head. That's why I keep my hair short, but it's still mostly gray. Um, I just I couldn't take it anymore, and 3 weeks into the pandemic, I decided that's it. I'm done. Um, and I went back on my own after like a 4 year layoff. And now it's kind of like, it's like, all right, I am wanting to get back into a team atmosphere. I want to work somewhere that I can collaborate with other people and create a good product. What's out there? Every door is shut in my face once I ring that bell because of my age. I can I can guarantee it. After 40, it seems like more doors are shut in your face because you know more 20-year-olds come along, and oh, that guy's too old. Your husband is correct. Your husband is correct. Um, yeah, he hit the nail on the head there. It's very, very much an issue, but very, very hard. Like I said at the beginning, very, very hard to uncover. Or I don't want to say uncover, but very, very hard to prove. So yeah, it's which makes me worried because I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 6 years. So it's like, yeah, you know, I can't relate to the stay-at-home mom. Well, I was a single dad for many years, um, for like 17 years, 18 years, and it can be difficult. And during that time, there was a lot of, I worked at one firm that didn't work out after 2 years. I left, worked at another place that didn't work out, and I left and I went freelance. Yeah, because you got to juggle a lot of stuff. And at the time, my kids were what? They were probably 4 and 8, I want to say. But it was it was tough. It was tough, and a lot of other stuff going on in the background too that I really can't get into. That made it very, very, very difficult. I had to do what I had to do to get by. So, thank you. I appreciate that. And, you know, being a stay at home mom, you know, that's no joke. So, hopefully, you know, I have told people numerous times that reach out. And if you want to chat, if you ever want to chat, reach out to me. Um, I'm over here trying to find something on my notes real quick. Yeah, reach out if you want to chat ever. I have a Zoom room that I pay monthly for, so I'm willing to chat with anybody. Uh, support. We need support. Everybody needs support. Everybody who's you know like me that's had doors just shut in their face constantly, or as it's really hard to break into tech if you're not white, if you're not male, and if you're not rich. That's the way I look at it. Those are the three key ingredients that you need to be successful to get into tech. And it's really, really, so that's the formula that Silicon Valley had for years from the very get go. And it's time that it needs to be broken, um, in my opinion. I don't think there's anyone of color in my husband's office, and they just lost it. One female developer. Yeah, that's a problem. That's been a problem from day one too. Um, Not a lot of black people that I know of that have been able to enter tech rather smoothly, unless they've been an entrepreneur. And even then, they have their challenges as well. So, and I'm not crying poor me, poor me. I mean, I've had a very steady um, freelance career, to be honest with you, and it's afforded me a lot. It so has my privilege of being a white guy. That's afforded me a lot too, and it's time to stop. It's time to break all this. You know, I'd rather have three senior developers and three junior developers on my team than a bunch of mid-level devs who are in their 20s that are fresh out of boot camps and schools. Why? Because it's not a frat house. It's not a frat house. It's a business. You're there to make money. Not only that, I would prefer to hire black people and women and not work with people like me all the time. I get I get tired of seeing my own face in the mirror. Um, there is a lot of talent out there, and it's being skipped over because of why do a bunch of 20-year-olds want to work with a guy that's almost 50? They have nothing in common. They can't go out afterwards and drink. I'm not a drinker either. You know, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I don't want to go out and drink after a work day. I want to go home and rest. I want to go home and watch Netflix or Hulu, and I just want to rest. Or I want to go out traveling around and doing stuff I want to do, hiking, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go out to a bar afterwards. So hang in there, keep going. We'll all get there at some point. And if not, I wish I could hit one of those Mega Million lotteries where it was, um, you know, a good sizable chunk of money and start a company and hire everybody that I know, that I've talked to, that has been, that has had the door of tech shut in their face. Because I think it would be the most kick-ass company in the entire world that the, the world has ever seen. There's so much talent I've seen out there that has been just stepped on and kicked because of whatever. They're black. They're a woman. You know, they're trans. There's no need of it, really. But that's the culture. I was working as a barista with a lot of girls 10 years younger than me, and it was weird. Sweet girls with nothing in common. You know, I tell people during interviews, I go in and get the work done. I mean, I have 21 years of crap floating around in my head, and in the back of my head, there's this storage area. And that's where all the stuff that I really don't remember over these 21 years, that's where it's stored. I'm not going to remember everything. I'm not going to remember everything. And a lot of that 21-year stuff that I have in my head, a lot of that is way back in another corner. And it's totally useless because it's so ancient of a technique you use on the web. Why am I going to use it anyways? I'm not going to remember everything. I'm not one of those kids that have been able to sit there hours upon hours upon hours on end, taking notes and writing everything down. Who has whatever, and they know every term that there is inside and out with JavaScript or React or whatever. Um, I'm not one of those guys. I've had life happen. You know, kids, kids growing up, getting older, leaving the house. I've had other stuff, uh, a divorce, this going on, that going on. I wasn't fully invested in the 90s and in the early 2000s like all these kids are now. I'm not. I wasn't, you know. So, 001, how are you? Glad you could join us. Americans maybe, but I'd rather spend time with the kids. Yeah, I would. That's right there. I'd rather spend time with the kids or read a book or work on a skill. Bottom line. Life experience should be seen as a major asset in business, yes, but it's not. Bottom line is the almighty dollar, unfortunately. So all my male friends take computer science classes in high school. No one told me. That was the case when I was in high school as well. Um, I had a woman who taught computer science. Well, it wasn't really computer science, but it was like intro to computers. But I already knew stuff about computers. I worked with computers before high school, and I don't remember there being too many girls in that class, if any. Um, I don't think it was either they were like you and they didn't. No one told them they could sign up too, or they just weren't interested. Um, oh, we'll push you down to home ec kind of thing. We have a max of 4 girls in our 40 plus people class. Wow, 4 out of 40. I learned better online, to be honest with you. Uni spends a lot of effort to get women into yeah, yeah. I do better visually. I'm more visual. I need to do stuff to learn it and then do it again and get in that repetitive nature. And then all of a sudden, boom, that's how I learned everything throughout my career. That's how I first learned basic, is by doing that. And yeah, that's how I learned. That's how I learn now. You know, I'll do a React, do something like a Next.js or a React tutorial and then do it again and then do it again. And then I go at my own pace. Do better on your own, being able to be in my head and work with projects. That's the key. I don't want to be somewhere where I'm just gonna, like I said before, have somebody over my shoulder and just. I had this. That's funny. I had an interview a long time ago, and they wanted me to, or they asked me to build a web page for their website, and I said that's gonna take me like I don't know. And at the time, that was probably 10 to 15 years ago. I said that's gonna take me, as part of the interview. Yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was. Um, and I walked out. I walked out of that meeting. I drove down from northern New Hampshire to Connecticut almost into New York for that interview. And I guess the one benefit I did get from that was I got a free lunch out of the deal. So it's like, I just got a text. Hold on a second. I know that number. And since you followed with Prime, I just VIP'd you, Jenny. Thank you very much. Show my appreciation. I guess you get a couple of, I don't know. I don't really know what it does. I'm a guy. I just forget the manual and go. So that's all I did with my channel. I was even shocked that I got affiliate last night, to be honest with you. Gotta go do some math homework, y'all. Thanks for the chat. Good luck with everything. Thank you, 001. We'll see you soon, hopefully. Have a good night. We'll be around. I'll be around. I gotta come up with a new schedule for streaming. Have a good night. So, I don't know. I have that one interview still that's scheduled, that got rescheduled for tomorrow, so I still have hope. But as far as these other, and those were just resumes I sent out and said, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, that's fine, and it is. But not even wanting to talk to the person, that's BS. That's BS, in my opinion. And that tells me there's some ageism at play. That's as simple as I can put it. Cross my fingers for you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'll keep my fingers, toes, and eyes, and legs, and arms crossed for you. So I guess that being said, that's the portion of the program about ageism. And I do want to talk about accessibility. So, are there any questions on accessibility? Because I'd love to take them. And in the meantime, also, if there's anything, that you want to get off your chest about, what's going on, let me know. We can talk about that as well, the mental health part. I've been suffering from, a serious bout of depression for the past 2 weeks that I can't shake. I haven't been able to work. I haven't been able to will myself to work like I normally do. I just haven't. I'm I'm just interested in general. Accessibility wasn't talked about a lot when I first taught myself HTML 15 years ago. So yeah, there was plenty of talk, but it wasn't widely known, or it wasn't. I don't want to say widely known. There were a lot of people um, discussing it, but it wasn't widely. I guess it wasn't widely talked about, to be honest with you. Uh, now that I think about it, today, I talked about this on the stream the other night, and it's just getting worse every time there's a new JavaScript framework coming out. Not blaming the framework, I'm blaming the devs. More often than not, I'm finding devs just aren't interested in accessibility, or if they are, they don't have the time and they don't know how to advocate for it. They don't know how to educate clients, potential clients, about it. I have only had a couple of clients that have really ever tried to put their foot down, and then I fired them. If you don't want to make your site accessible, that's fine. Get sued in the long run, I'm not going to be a part of that. Accessibility is crucial for the web. I mean, we have to be inclusive to everybody, because accessibility and the internet, according to the UN, it's a basic human right. So, yes, there's a lot of things that go along with accessibility, but how do you test that? How do you use screen readers to see what a site or app behaves like on assistive tech? So, let's do this. I shouldn't go to Wikipedia for this. I really shouldn't, but I am. There are different screen readers for different platforms. Mac has VoiceOver. Windows has JAWS, which is a popular one. NVDA is a popular one. Linux has Orca, which I've used. Let's see what else. Here's a few others. Screen reader for Windows. There's a few of them out there, and those are the ones you can use for, like, here's VoiceOver. Like, let me know if you're able to hear this. I'm going to turn on VoiceOver. So,
VoiceOver on Firefox. List of screen readers. Wikipedia. Window. List of screen readers. Wikipedia. Web content. You are currently on web content. To enter the web area, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
So, navigating with the tab key is crucial for a lot of people. Yeah, you're on a Mac. Because if you're on a Mac, it's Command F5 to enable VoiceOver. Good evening, John. Good evening, Paul. How are you tonight? So when I
Leaving scroll area. Entering list of screen readers. Wikipedia web content. Link. Photograph a historic site. Help Wikipedia and win a prize. Participate in the world's largest photography competition this month. Learn more. Main. You are currently on a link. To click this link, press Control, Option, Space. Link. Jump to navigation. Link. Jump to search. Link. Precise inclusion criteria. Wikipedia, LSE. You are currently on a link. To click this link, press Control, Option, Space.
so that's basically how that screen reader works. I should use it more often myself. Closing off the office. Apparently, sleep is beneficial. It's beneficial. Yes, it is. Uh, Took a walk before the rain. Oh, we're gonna get more rain up here then. I hope. Not a bad web designer, Paul. Not at all. Whatever that website you showed us, what was, I can't even remember what it was on that Friday Zoom call. Was it boats? Something to do with boats? Yep. So
Link. Manual of style for standalone lists.
keep tabbing
Link.
along.
Improve this article. Link. Discuss. Talk. List of screen readers. You are currently on a link. To click this link, press Control, Option, Space.
So now, let's shut that off.
Voiceover off.
Another tool I use personally is the Wave tool, which is an extension you can have for Chrome and let's turn that down. Chrome and Firefox. I don't know if Edge has it. There are a lot of different types of these tools. Axe has one. In the Firefox Dev Tools and I believe Chrome Dev Tools, you have an accessibility tab which tells you all the issues the page has that you're viewing. This one has none because I'm awesome. Just kidding. The Garden Center shop, yeah, that's what it was. I need to spend some time to learn voiceover on my. Yeah, I don't know the ins and outs of voiceover myself. Todd, not sure if it's my browser, but you sound like a doll. Oh, that's. I've been called worse, Paul. Just for that. That was great. And now I just found out through the magic of Twitter that there's also a simulation on Firefox DevTools that you can use. And here are the different types of visual deficiencies. But you have to enable it in the About config. So let's see, config, and yes. Now I can't remember which was the one. Mustache popped on by chance. You have a good rest of your evening, Paul. The Dalek comment got a VIP for you because that was awesome. That was great. Have a good night, Paul. Let's go with Firefox Dev Tools. There it is right there. So if I set, let's get rid of that. If I look for web render and set the first one here, GFX web render all to true, then restart Firefox, I will get this simulator right here that says, okay, see what somebody with protanopia sees, and that's what they see. So this is pretty cool. I know that Chrome, the Chrome DevTools team has been working on stuff similar, and their color contrast checker in the DevTools is pretty cool too. So yeah, that is how that works. Or I want to switch to deuteranopia, and that's what somebody's going to see with that. Or tritanopia, which is this is what they're going to see. And then you have your different, like when I have a migraine, I'm seeing an aura. I squint if I have to work, and I've had to work through many migraines. I can't see well. My eyes are watering up. Usually when my eyes are watering up, I can't go on, but I'm squinting. I can't see anything very good. People got to take designers have got to take that into account too, but they don't. There's a lot of different stuff. Sip and puff technology, braille technology, joysticks. Web aim wave toolbar is on Firefox. Great tool. Yes, wave tool comes in real handy, especially with where can I go? There's some errors. I bet you we can go here and see a bunch of errors. Yeah. Yeah. Are there any good books to start with? Yes. Yes, there are. Well, that's a fantastic question. And I'll point you right to the first one that just popped into my head. And she's absolutely phenomenal to follow online. And let me see here. Shop. It is Accessibility for Everyone by Laura Kalbag. If you're not following her, well, she doesn't really do a lot of accessibility tweets, but she's very good to talk to about accessibility. Don't get me wrong. That's a great book. I would recommend that book. And I'm trying to think. Yes, she also has some great videos. Let's go to YouTube. And, let's go to YouTube, not YouTube. Yeah, you put her name, she's got a talk in there. And this talk right here, this first one, phenomenal. I'll use that word for everything because it is. This one for London Web Standards was phenomenal. She is you know, she's got a lot of good stuff for videos. Yeah, she does a lot of surveillance. Uh, she talks a lot about surveillance tech. Marcy is another one, yes. Marcy has a lot of good stuff on accessibility. She's one of the best. And especially with accessibility with JavaScript as well. I think a lot of people should be watching her videos, but they don't. Good thing you're here in the chat, John, because I'm drawing a blank. What else we got? Following. Oh, well, you know what? Here's another. This channel right here, Inclusive Design. There are, and going back to when they first put up videos, watching these videos. There's a lot of great information in these videos as well, and you know, from there you can follow the people along there. Leonie Watson has a lot of great stuff as well. Leonie's one of the best also. All right, Jenny. Well, have a good night. Thank you for coming in, stopping by. You and your husband have a great night. Thanks for the follow, and we'll let you go get your homework done. John and I will talk about a lot of stuff here. I got 10 minutes, though. Maybe a little longer. Gareth Ford Williams, yep. Jamie Knight, yep. We'll see you on the Twitters, Jenny. Yeah, from the BBC, yep. So what else is happening, John? Yeah, I hear you. Not much here either. I'm trying to will myself to do the rest of this. And I started doing the JSON file, but as you can see, I haven't got very far. Just that, I'm and a bunch of documents for accessibility. Yeah, I have actually, I went and met with a potential client today, and hopefully I'm going to hear something by Monday. The interview for level access is happening tomorrow morning. So that's still on, thankfully, and I mean, I guess that's it. That is for accessibility consultant, and I guess what we're going to talk about, yeah, it is good. I guess what we're going to talk about is, let's company overview and professional background discussion. So. That's wide open. What do you mean that's wide open? Hopefully I'm in the running. Hopefully I'm in the lead. Everything for me, work-wise, barring this um, meeting I had this morning, if that doesn't pan out, everything for me ends at the end of the year. And then after that, 2021 is wide open. Oh, yeah, the subject. I don't know. Hopefully it means that, they find my background good enough to take me on. To be honest with you, I really could use it, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, I still have. You see right in front of you this restaurant site, which is almost complete. It's like 90% there. Um, Actually, that's not it. This is it so far. Um, there's still a few more things that need to be done, but it's coming along the way I wanted it to. It uses a levity. It uses a lot of different stuff that normally I didn't or wouldn't have done in my normal workflow. So this is kind of like an experiment. Who was it? It was Carol. Carol what? Carol Gardner. Carol Gardner is her name. That is who I will be interviewing with. I've got two places that didn't want to talk to me, so those are out. Um, one of them was for a web UI position, which I could have done, but they didn't even want to talk to me. And the other was for a developer, front-end developer role, and same thing. They didn't want to talk to me. It's all, I'm sure it's all because of my age, but I can't prove it. So that's the bulk of what we were talking about tonight, was that it starts to ramp up, I think, around your mid-30s, and then by the time you hit 40, tech companies don't want you. So, but I got another book club tonight, and Thunder Nerds is happening at 7:30, which I highly recommend. That I have to. That probably could split it, yeah. Probably should. You're gonna make me do work tonight, aren't you? Where do I have it? It's on site head. Oh no, I know where I have it. That is way down here. I wonder if you could put a break tag in there. Let's find out. and the JSON file is throwing an error. Oh, that's why. Eggs. Yeah, I have all that stuff is in the index markdown file. Maybe I can tweak that with a little CSS. Location H2. Right? Nothing's going to break that, is it? Interesting. I'll have to figure that out. That's a markdown file. I'm pretty sure. I think that would, yes. The trying to use anything to break that will, but I am going to try to attempt this. Well, after my interview tomorrow, I'm going to try to attempt doing something more than peck around a little bit. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is where I want it now. This I got, what else do I got? I get that other style stage theme that I'm working on, but that's a personal project. I got another couple of accessibility consults I'm wrapping up, and that's it. Besides this potential new one that comes in that is a big one, and hopefully I can land that. We'll see. All right, John, have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. And as for me, that's it for me. I'm out anyways. We'll talk to you later. If you're stumbling upon this video and something in it helps, let me know. You can find me on Twitter at Todd Libby. If it upsets you, oh well. You don't have to listen to it. But for the most part, I want to thank everybody that came in, chatted, subscribed, listened. Those of you who have followed within the past couple days, welcome. Thank you. This was my first stream after becoming an affiliate, which is awesome. And I'm going to start looking to formulate and put together a schedule for streaming that's consistent. I think 5 days a week was pushing it, so I'm gonna maybe go back to 3 or 4 days for streams. So we'll see. But as for tonight, that's it for me. I'm out of here, and we'll talk soon. So everybody have a good night.